Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Review of Turkey, Time to Strike, Episode 10. Now, I do believe that Turkey is one of the most underrated animes we have ever seen. This is one of those time-traveling sports anime that people don't really think about this show, particularly. I get it, it's Turkey, you expected some bowling, you expected something bowling-wise to make you like, you know what? This is the reason I love bowling, and Turkey is that. Now, I understand Turkey may not be the most suitable type show to watch. I mean, granted, it's not the best show of the summer. I'll give them that. It's not the best show. I mean, it got a 6.11 rating. But I realized that, despite not being like an actual sports anime, it's still a good show to watch. If you into the concept of like bowling, time traveling concept vibe, of Inuyasha vibe thing, okay, you get the idea. But still, as underrated as it is, it's still a good show to watch. Now, last week we got to see everybody's face. We got to see Akibe's face once, without the mask. And then that cliffhanger happened with the storm. So, I understand, guys, we are episode 10. You're expecting something to come around, but it's one of those just wait, just be patient moments, because you gotta be patient when it comes to watching shows. And when it comes to Turkey, you gotta be patient. You think like, oh, this is this, but not surprising. And in this episode, I wasn't surprised at all. I wasn't surprised at all in this episode, to a point where I'm like, you know what? There's not much to talk about in this episode because we all know what was going to happen. And watching this episode, it was like no for an answer. So without further ado, let's get right through the review of Turkey, episode 10. Now, last week was a cliffhanger. The storm is coming. And every one of these 5 sisters, Sumomo, Suguri, Anzu, Natsumi, Akibe, say farewell to the girls of their color. Like Sumomo's pink hair, you say bye to Mai. Anzu, Suguri is green, you say hi to Sayuri. Nanasi got with the glasses, of course, Natsumi. Nozumi is the Anzu, and Reina is Akibe. So when you put it like that perspective, like, it's like you're talking to the descendants. You're saying bye to their descendants, Now, after the storm hits, all 5 of them have arrived in the present. Now, this is where, you would think like, oh, okay, they've been gone for a couple of days, maybe weeks or something. No, they're right back into the present time. They literally right back to the present time. It wasn't like 5 days or a week or a month. No, they've actually been gone for like, this is how time traveling works. I know time travel doesn't really affect things, but it's like time traveling is somewhat confusing for most people if you understand how this goes. It's like there are some time traveling animes or mangas that you have read that if you time travel from this time, you go back this year, back to the Future vibe, the Doctor Who kind of vibe thing going on, but you guys get it. So nothing really changed because they're in the present time. So it's not like they've been gone and a week has passed since then, but you see my point. So after they arrived to the present day, they all head to the museum. And actually, no, you all think it's fine, Danny, because we're in episode 10. Nope. And I had a feeling something was going to happen. I had a feeling they're going to say, this is why I said earlier, no for an answer. So they all head to the museum and they see all 5, Sumomo, Suguri, Anzu, Natsumi, and Akibe's face not hidden. They only show the mask. And then they read through the Museum of Natural History. They went to the Museum of Natural History and it said that all 5 of them were slaughtered. So this is like, I don't think they realize, even if you change one thing in an event, if you change one thing in the past, it's going to lead to natural disasters. So it's basically like, let's say, because remember, Natsumi was holding a pen. You really think a pen is going to change the events that's happening? You know what I mean? It's not like, you get what I'm saying? It's like let's say a bowling ball. If Mai were to leave a bowling ball in the Shingoku era, will that change their fate? Will that change the course of history? No. I don't believe that was possible. If it may be possible if Sumomo brings up what bowling is. But again, if you bring an object and leave it in another world, it won't change that much. It won't change the events. I mean, Natsume is about to be executed. So a pen won't even work. You see what I'm saying? It won't even work at all. Not even one. So you kind of feel bad for the Shingoku sisters doing all this, and it's just nothing going to change. So after all of this, Mai decides, you know what? We can't see our friend slaughter. I'm going back. And I'm not surprised by the decision that I'm not surprised at all. Because since they've been in Shingoku era, Mai has been fun-loving, energetic, courageous leader of the bowling team. Always want to see people smiling. And like in bowling, there's always a second throw. So that's you know what's funny as I watch Turkey? This is why Turkey needs to be appreciated more. Turkey may not give you the Turkey may not give you the excitement of a sports anime, like Umamisune, Blue Lock, Haikyuu, Coconut Basket, Yamushi Pedal, Ahiro no Sora, Prince of Tennis, Aisha 21, Diamond and Waist vibe. I get it. It's not the hype of the sport, but you understand the symbolism behind Turkey in terms of like a 7-10 split, what it means by a 7-10 split, or there's always a second chance in bowling. All those little dialogue of details about bowling symbolizes to the five on how that impacted them. So that's what Mai was like, the second chance. We're going back. Now Nasumi wasn't appraised by it, but you know what? If we're going back to the Shingoku era, we gotta be prepared. So let's study everything about the Shingoku era and use every bit of technology we have to bring it back to the Shingoku era and start kicking ass. So this whole thing was just a montage. It was I'm okay with it. I'm not saying it was bad. Everyone this whole thing was just a montage. A montage of all five of them going training, learning, buying stuff to get ready for their final fight. And I hope they're not. Oh please, Jesus, don't die. But my point is, that's what this was. It was a little montage. Plus, we got to see Mai and our first, the foster mother finally. We never got a chance to see it until now. I mean, I got to see it. Plus, we got to see my photo as a kid with her foster mother and father. I like that. I really do like that, because again, her mom and dad died, and we didn't know about that until, late in the episodes. But still, seeing her with her foster mother and dad, it was like, oh my God, that was sweet. So sweet. I love it. I really do love it. So after all the preparations was good, they finally, and then after all the preparations was good, I like that classroom vibe. First of all, the classroom vibe is like reminiscent of the first episode, bringing out that classroom vibe where it's like, oh, thunder? Okay, let's go. Everyone get ready. It was like, oh my God, they knew what they were getting. So after all the preparation, they go right back to the bowling alley where they first started, and to make sure that they keep the timeline going where it's like, oh, Turkey. Okay, my turn. And then the ball light up once again. Now, as the five sisters were about to get executed by this stupid ass perverted monk, fortune teller, whatever, the friends are back. Mai, Sugiri, Nanase, Nozomi, and Rina are back. And they brought gear. They brought gear with them. I remember looking at the image last night, and I was like, one of them got boxing gloves, one of them got baseball gear, one of them got like water guns. I don't know, but damn, it is really good. I'm glad at what they're doing. It's like, this is gonna be the battle. Oh God! And I know this is it, but this is what I gotta say. These five girls, Mai, Sayuri, Nanase, Nozomi, and Rina. These five are gonna change history. They're going to change so much in the course of history. Because if you think about it, when they change the course of history and they come back to the present, everything's gonna change. The history about the Sengoku sisters are gonna change. They're gonna be descendants among the others That's how it's gonna be. I don't know. It's like we already know that the sisters are kind of relatable to mine and friends because of their hair color. But still, it's like when they change something in the past, like right in this episode, and when next week comes, they're gonna do that. But when that happens, you're gonna see like a change of events when they come back into the present. So I look forward to that. But overall, though, this was a very montages episode, and I'm not saying it was bad, but I do like these five are getting prepared for the battle of their lives. These five girls are going to change history, no doubt about it. So I just hope that none of these five girls die. I really, really hope, because they're in there for the battle of their lives. But I understand they learned a lot from the Shungoku period and they studied it. I just hope none of them dies. I really, really hope none of them dies. I hope not. If that is, it's gonna hit me. So I look forward for next week's episode of Turkey and their battle to change history. So stay tuned for next week.